Like, people are really, like, legitimately concerned about this whole Freaknik documentary. It's funny because I'm seeing all the posts on social, Facebook in particular, where us grown older people dwell. And I'm seeing all the different posts, like different people saying, like, hey, are you worried about the Freaknik documentary? Do you have anything to be concerned about with the Freaknik documentary? And then you have some people who legitimately are saying, well, you know, I didn't give my consent to anything, to any videos to be of with my likeness to be displayed or utilized or whatever. And this is interesting because people, first of all, you got to understand something. Okay. First of all, there are different laws in terms of video in different states. In most states, if you didn't give consent, you don't have to worry about it, right? Because you didn't sign a release. But that changes when you get into large crowds. People don't need your consent to show a video with your face or your image or likeness when it's a large crowd. And Freaknik was large crowds, like very large crowds. So, and see, I'm laughing. I probably would feel different if I thought that I might be on footage or photos of me might be maybe out there or down there. If Unissa had footage or photos down there. Okay, so for me, number one, I never liked crowds. Never did. Particularly huge crowds. Best thing you're gonna get from me is a campus party, a high school party, a college party. That's about it. Like even big clubs. I never liked big clubs. Okay, I like the smaller clubs. I'm the dude who, let's go, baby, to the hole in the wall. That was me. I never liked big crowds, so I never did Freaknik. And not to say that I wasn't doing Freaknik type stuff. So I'm not judging nobody. I'm just saying I never liked big crowds. Plus, I worked on Saturdays in the barbershop. Saturday was my biggest day. So I have time to be taking off and going to Atlanta and dropping $400, $500, $600. And while at the same time, not making no money. So yeah, I didn't go. I didn't go to Freaknik. Unissa never went to Freaknik because by the time her and I got together, I shut that down. She went to Daytona 1 year after we got together. That next year, she didn't go to Daytona no more. And I never went to Freaknik. And after her and I got together, I was like, yeah, you ain't going to a Freaknik. You freaking nicking with me right here in Savannah. That was a little bit of an argument. Maybe her and I talk about that one day. But yeah, I was pretty adamant about that. But anyway, that's not the topic. The topic for the day is vast. We have a couple of different topics that we're going to talk about. But are you concerned on Clubhouse, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on IamAkintunde.com, on My Church, the brand new My Church app? Are you concerned about this Freaknik documentary? Plus, here's a big question. There's a lot of things, seriously, there's a lot of things going on today that bring pause, whether that is fires, earthquakes, storms, tornadoes, social unrest, disaster. There's different things that are happening that never happened to the degree that they are happening right now. Do you have, as a family, as an individual, do you have a disaster plan? What would you do if all, HE double hockey sticks broke out for you and your family? Do you have a disaster strategy? Now, I know some people, they spend a lot of time, their whole life is about disaster strategies. They buy all the food, they buy you can buy like a box of 3 years worth of food. They got all of that. They got the bunker down up under their house. And they always have guns and ammo and all these extra things on hand. And while I think you can get way overboard with that, it still is a question. Do you have a disaster strategy? Most of our disaster strategy is go to Walmart, get some milk, get some bread, and get some dry goods, some snacks, and get some stuff that you can fix up real quick, some canned goods or whatever, and then you just gonna tough it out, rock it out. So let's talk about that today. Do you have a disaster strategy? Donna asked me some questions this morning, and it really got me to thinking. Like, I really got to rethink this thing. Let's see who's in the room, y'all. I really want to see, though. I really want to know. Drop in the comments, Clubhouse. Drop in the comments, Facebook, if you went to FREAKNIK. Drop in the comments. I want to know, honestly, if you went to FREAKNIK. I see some of y'all on Clubhouse. Y'all too young. Ashley Bailey, you too young to have gone to FREAKNIK. Matter of fact, now I think about it. Ashley Bailey, you were doing FREAKNIK. You were either not even a thought, a fetus, or a baby. Wow. The generations, y'all. Listen, let's see who's in the room, y'all. Tanisha's in the building. What's up, Tanisha? Hold on, y'all. Stop the press. Mother Karen Earls is in the house. How you doing, ma'am? Good to see you. Pastor Stephanie Tucker's in the building. Pastor Stephanie, drop in the comments if you ever attended FREAKNIK. Paul is in the building. Ashley is in the house. Leon, what's up, Leon? Love the pic, Leon. Pop Earls. What's up, Pop Earls? How you doing, sir?
30 hertz straight up.
Kimberly is in the building. Kimberly's another one. She was a not a thought, a fetus, or a baby. Rashandra is in the building. What's up, Rashandra? Tori Free. What's up, Tori Free? Love the profile pic. You and the brother. I see you, Tori. Damon Cherry. Demon D. Damon, did you do FREAKNIK? I want to know. Carol, what's up, Carol? How you doing, sis? Vanessa's in the house. What's up, Vanessa? What's going on, ma'am? Andrea, what's up? Tamika, how you doing? Tamika again, how you doing? Two Tamikas right next to each other. Kenneth is in the building. Let me make sure I get Kenneth's title right. Kenneth Baker. Love the caller, Kenneth. Ola is in the building. Rachel is in the house. Takesha Waller. Takesha, you younger than me, but I need to know, where you at FREAKNIK? Takesha really is, in full transparency, she really kind of inspired the conversation today, because she asked me Sunday in church. She said, you got anything to be concerned about with that FREAKNIK documentary? I said, no. We should do a poll though. Celeste, what's up, Celeste? Celeste, you got any FREAKNIK days? Celeste, I think Celeste is younger than me too. Adarunke, how you doing, Adarunke? Adriana, what's going on? Marie, how you doing, Marie? Man, Eric, love it.
30 hertz straight up.
Bright, Ubube, Esther, love the profile pic. Katrina, what's up, Katrina? How you doing, sis? Katrina says Sunday she good. She ain't got nothing to worry about either. We gonna see that when that documentary come out. Dio Gratas, good morning. Listen, family, call your mama, call your daddy, call your auntie, call your cousin, call your uncle, call your family, call your friends, call your coworker, call your neighbor, call the dog catcher, the trash man, and the postman, and let them all know that the Akintunde Show is about to start. Let's go.
Another track, late production, but no joke, entertainment, let's go.
Akintunde is gonna make you laugh real loud. So come on, scream it out. Akintunde is gonna make you laugh real loud now. Akintunde.
Daily I shall.
It's the Akintunde Show.
Say what? Say what?
You heard what I said.
That's right, y'all.
The Akintunde Show.
Spell it.
A-K-I-N Tunde.
Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products, caps, travel mugs, drawstring bags, water bottles, stadium cups, umbrellas, tote bags, and t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising company. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com.
Imprinting the best for less.
Hello, my name is Bahia Johnson, co-founder of Laugh for Life Entertainment and wife of comedian Corey Johnson. After having emergency brain surgery on the eve of my 21st birthday, I battled depression, self-doubt, and anxiety. Even with the support of my family, many times I felt alone, misunderstood, and lost. Things have not been perfect, But thankfully, I'm in a much better place today. My husband and I wanted to create an evening of laughter for those dealing with their own mental health issues. Not only will you laugh, but there will also be information available from mental health professionals to help you along your personal journey. You might ask, why are we doing this? It's because we want to see you leave in a much better place than you came. So join us for a night of laughter for all and healing for some. We look forward to seeing you. And if you would like to support, please consider making a donation.
For more information, go to www.laughforlifeent.com or give us a call at 803-760-2924.
Coming to the all-new WF Media Studios and Event Center, located at 5124 Fairfield Road, Columbia, South Carolina.
Stop walking in front of the prophet.
Oh, yeah.
Hey y'all, listen. This is the Akintunde Show, y'all. We're live on Clubhouse. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Twitter. We're live on YouTube. We're live on the brand new My Church app. We're live on IamAkintunde.com. And literally, y'all, we all over the place. We ain't playing. Come on now. God ain't playing, so neither shall we. All right, family, listen. I want to know. Let me check on Facebook and see what Facebook got to say about this FREAKNIK doc. I know a lot of my friends and family from Savannah. We vibe on Facebook. So let me see what Facebook got to say about this FREAKNIK doc. Damon Williams. Damon, are you old enough to be in the FREAKNIK generation? I don't think Damon is as old as I am. I'm pretty sure. Clever the MC said I've never been there. Okay, Kimberly said y'all can't hear anything on Clubhouse. Okay, can y'all hear now? Let me know if y'all can hear on Clubhouse now. I know all that time I was talking, y'all about to tell me y'all couldn't hear anything. Okay, all right. Let me see. Okay, Leon said we good. Good. All right. Thank y'all, family. Listen, I want to get into this conversation. I'm gonna read y'all comments in just a little bit and see if any of you all have anything to be concerned about with that FREAKNIK documentary. Okay, if you was out there and somebody had a video camera, somebody had a little camcorder, you know. Back then the video cameras was big. You knew when somebody had a video camera. They had a big shoulder cam. Yeah. Kimberly Morgan said, I'm only 37. Yeah, Kimberly, you out of the loop. You was a baby. You was a small child. You were about 5, 6 years old. Let's get Don and Pastor Tuck in the conversation. Let's see if they have anything to be concerned about. Don and Pastor Tuck, did y'all do FREAKNIK?
Hello? Wait a minute. I don't care if you are a famous producer or director or whatever. You do not have permission to use my likeness on this. I just found out. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm on air. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, good morning, family. Good morning.
You was calling producers?
I'm so embarrassed.
Come on. Did you attend? Did you make your way down to FREAKNIK, Donna?
I did.
Did you?
I did.
Okay.
I did once. Because I was living in Atlanta at the time. Yes. And,
Hold on.
Whatever happened on FREAKNIK supposed to stay in FREAKNIK, just like Vegas.
Hold on. Let me get my R. Kelly on. These are my confessions.
That's between me and the Lord.
Oh my God, Pastor Tuck. You got any FREAKNIK stories, any freaky tales, any pictures, any videos down there? If you down in Atlanta,
I knew Donna looked familiar.
I was in line with the gin and juice.
Oh, that's funny. We gonna trust and believe God.
Oh
Lord.
I just want to know who making the documentary, because I got some footage I want to sell.
Sell.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. The biggest problem that everybody need to be concerned about is the fact that Uncle Luke is one of the producers of the documentary.
I was trying to call him.
Hey,
That's who I was trying to get.
Is Luke who I need to get in touch with, and I need to know how much is he paying for footage?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're paying good money, depending on what that footage is. Depending on what it is.
Hey, just let me holler at Uncle Luke right quick, because I got some comeuppance right now.
Celeste King said, I plead the fifth on ground that it might incriminate me.
Look, let's put it this way. Pastor Tuck has never been to FREAKNIK, but Tuck.
Oh, that's priceless.
Was there.
That's priceless.
See, you have to understand.
Don't tell it. Don't tell it.
FREAKNIK was at its pinnacle. The year, the season that I crossed those burning sands.
Yeah.
See? I had already crossed them.
Oh.
So in 94 was the pinnacle of FREAKNIK.
Yeah.
And when I say the pinnacle, it was the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Anybody who was a FREAKNIK connoisseur will tell you 94 was the year.
Yeah.
And that was the 1 year that I went to FREAKNIK.
Okay, see, I tell people a lot of times, I believe Unissa saved me from a lot of things. She saved me from a bunch of kids all over the place. Because during that time, prior to meeting Unissa, I was wilding. I definitely know she saved me from some diseases, and she probably saved me from being in that documentary, because I didn't like crowds, but I did do. So for anybody that might say, wait a minute, Joker, hold on, don't present yourself or misrepresent yourself. Okay, I did do Orange Crush. Okay, if anybody remembers Orange Crush, it only lasted like 2 years. About the third year, it had fizzled out. And then the Tybee Island in Savannah, Georgia, where Orange Crush was held, they shut it down because there was just too many Negroes down there. Okay, so it literally would take you 2 hours to get off the beach. But Orange Crush was Savannah State University's version of FREAKNIK and Daytona and Myrtle Beach Black Biker Week. But it only lasted like 2 years.
And none of that compared anything. It took you 8 hours to make it down Peachtree Boulevard.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I saw some wild stuff. The reason why I'm saying this documentary may be concerning, because I literally saw people. I saw people having sex.
Oh,
actual sex in public.
You do not understand. You do not understand.
Yeah, he said an orange
what FREAKNIK was. You do not understand what FREAKNIK was.
Jesus.
FREAKNIK was, they had Peachtree. I can't even remember all the streets down in Atlanta, but they had certain streets where you could only make circles. I mean, they had quarantined Atlanta, so you could only get in and get out, and then once you were in there, you were making a constant circle, and and traffic was jam packed. So cars were moving like 1 mile an hour, and so that's how traffic was moving. So it was bumper to bumper. I mean, cars everywhere, and so you had people in vans, convertibles, everything out there, and people walking everywhere. Wow! And so as cars were moving, and so and people out there drinking. I mean, open containers everywhere. Yep. I mean, you had people out here grilling in the back of vans, and I mean, it was like literally, it was like homecoming mobile. Yeah. And so it's wide open. So you would literally go by vans, and there would be vans, like you said, with like you said. And you know how Atlanta is. Atlanta wasn't missing no money. So you had the girls from Nicky's and all of them places. Yeah, they was out here in the vans. Yeah, because they was like, you ain't coming to us, we coming to you. Yep. And so you had some of them out there, but then you had the what you call them they're not professionals, but the novice. That wanted to be. They were actually doing their own thing.
Amateur strippers
out here in some of these vans. And then you had some of them that were taking it a little bit further than just taking their clothes off. So you could actually climb in some of these vans. They would close the door for a minute. You could jump back out. I mean, it was popping off like that.
This is sex trafficking in public.
Yes. And it won't like nobody was making nobody do this.
No.
This was what they was doing.
Yeah.
They was popping off like that.
Yeah.
And so it was crazy how wild it was. I mean, like you said, you talking about some of these folks too young. Some of these folks might be freaknik babies. They don't know. Literally.
Somebody in the clubhouse room is a freaknik baby. Don't even know it. Wow. Yeah,
man, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
I saw somebody say it's under the blood. It's under the blood, but it might be on videotape. Yeah. So just understand.
I'm
might be on
telling you.
VHS.
Trying to get that videotape.
I'm telling you.
Sure, I'm not
how
on
much
there.
money Lou got?
Ashley said, from freaky to faithful. So someone is about to discover who their daddy is. No, some of y'all, y'all might here's the whole thing. Y'all might have knew your daddy was wild. Okay, and when you say wow, you might have saw your daddy fighting. You might have saw your daddy with his shirt off. But when you see your mama in the back of a convertible with some Daisy Dukes on, your grandma in the back of a convertible with some Daisy Dukes on, so
with her leg on the headrest.
Come on, with a Daisy Duke thong, and you recognize, wait a minute, that's my grandma face. That's my grandma face under them finger waves and gold hoop earring. Oh my God! Look at my grandma. Why am I seeing her buttocks? That's a bad day.
10
That's
toes
a bad
up.
day.
10 toes up.
Not 10 toes up.
You saw your grandmother 10 toes up. Oh boy, she was having a good time.
Ooh.
But you know the craziest
Start
thing.
praying in tongues right now.
that was probably I think the only time I think I've seen that many black people together and no violence.
Yeah. Oh, they have some violence now.
I mean, I don't remember any violence. I'm talking that year. I don't remember any violence.
It wasn't. I have to agree with Pastor Chuck because
everybody
was too high and they was too high.
Exactly. Everybody was
they was
too
having
drunk,
a good
too
time.
high. They was having too much good time.
Playing music.
Nobody wanted to ruin that.
No.
The cops stayed at the perimeter as long as there was no problems.
That's right.
And you could do whatever you wanted. I mean, the smell of weed, cops didn't care.
They didn't care.
Too many people.
How was they going to arrest? They couldn't arrest everybody.
They couldn't. You were going to sit in the cop car.
But see, I think
they was too high too because they got a contact, so they didn't care.
And the cops, from what I know, some cops, some brothers who was cops back in the day, and the cops was like, "Yo, man, real talk, I was enjoying myself. As long as you wasn't fighting,
they was watching the show.
That's right.
Yeah, because I mean, it was when I tell you, I don't think a young person today can really understand how wild that environment was. Again, I've never been to Freaknik. I've seen video and I've seen pictures, but I know what Orange Crush was. Orange Crush, and I never did Daytona. I don't know why. It's just something about Daytona I just never did.
I'm telling you, this was all black. This was not like this. This was all black, and it was all wild. I literally remember walking down the street. Me and my cousin walking down the street, like I said, it was some girls driving a convertible. And we was like, hey, my cousin jumped in the back seat. And we jumped in the back seat and rolled with him for like 6 blocks, just sitting there, just kicking it, drinking. It's like, we didn't know these girls from nobody. I mean, it was that kind of vibe out there.
It was lovely. It was lovely.
So all the, because you talk about hundreds of thousands of people, right? All the hundreds of thousands of people who are now grown people today, who now are college graduates today, who are now ministry leaders today, who are now politicians today, who's the president of the bank today, who is now the president of the college today.
Hey, Kamala better hope she ain't on none of that.
Wait a minute, how old is Kamala Harris? Is she? What is she? What is she like?
Probably ain't that much older than us.
Oh, she's older than us.
She probably ain't that much.
Okay. Yeah, she might be in that Freaknik pocket.
That's why I said she better hope she ain't on none of that footage, because Luke gonna highlight her. He probably gonna have her in the trailer.
Yeah. Look at Paul Briggs talking about the day of reckoning has now come. A lot of people. If it depended on how wild you went, you should be concerned, because there was something about when people passed by those cars, and when they passed by those photos, people would just wild out. See, we had no understanding of what video was. There was no distribution platform.
No,
the news wasn't gonna play this footage. So in your mind, nobody's gonna ever see it.
You had no clue what the internet was.
No, none. None at all.
Because literally, you walking by with a video camera, it'd be like, "Hey, girl," and she'd be like, "Ah!"
Yeah,
Yep.
Straight girls
And
going
it's
wild.
like because in her mind,
nobody's gonna see it.
I'll never see this dude again in my life.
I'm going back to Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'm in Atlanta. My mama, my daddy, nobody don't know me up here. I'm doing what I want to do.
That's right.
Yeah. No. And that's not even talking about the people who might have been in relationships. Now, that's what I remember, is that people would come back and be like, "Yo, man, hey, man. Oh,
your girl
man,
was out at Freaknik,
man, your girl was wildin', bro. Hey, bro, I know my girl wasn't no Freaknik, bro. Your girl was at Freaknik, running amok. I used to be in the barbershop, and they would come in there like, "Yo, man, I saw such and such down there." You're like, "What?"
Man.
I said, running amok.
But people were down there. They were just, when they saw a video camera, I think they was just like, moving around and showing it. I ain't saying nothing.
I'm telling you, it was.
I'm not incriminating myself
it was as wild as that. And it was crazy.
I was full Greek then.
Wow.
Full Greek.
Wow. Donna said full Greek.
Full Greek.
I'm telling you. And I was a fresh Neo.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
and
my God.
it's crazy because, like I said, as crazy as it was, I remember, and that's why I said I know I ain't get it to nothing too crazy, because I remember we went down there, and my whole line, it was a bunch of chapter brothers down there, and it was a group of, because my dean lived in Atlanta. He was from Atlanta.
Okay. Wow.
And so we all went down there. We were staying with our line. We were staying at our dean's house.
Uh-huh.
His mom would always set it out for the bros when they came down. So we were staying there. She feed us. We had somewhere to stay. Mm-hmm. And it was a group of Kappa sweethearts.
Okay.
That
Lord
had come down there, and the bros had already told them not to come. They come down there, they ain't had nowhere to stay. They had no plan. And then they come down there looking for the bros, and it's like, you down here in Atlanta, they don't know. And the bros like, told y'all not to come down here.
Not to come.
Yep.
And so when I saw them in distress, I stopped drinking. I was like, I got to make sure these girls don't get taken somewhere.
Oh my God!
And so I became den father for the rest of the weekend.
Wow! How many was it? How many was it?
It was probably about 6 or 7 of them.
Good Lord! Green as a pool table.
And I was worried about them girls getting back home.
Oh yeah. Or you worrying about somebody like, y'all can stay with us. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So that spoiled the rest of my week. So that's how I know I'm not on any of that footage. Well, look at you doing the right thing, and you might would have saved your reputation. Let me tell you something, Pastor Tuck. If you remove the beard and you put more hair on his head, he looked the same. So you be like, "Hey man, is that Pastor Tuck? Is that Pastor Tuck?"
No, that's not Pastor Tuck. That's Tuck. If you see him, that's Tuck.
He gonna be in the background, gathering up them women. Come on, y'all. He's gonna be in the background. He's gonna be gathering up the ladies. Come on.
It's to your point, Dada. There is something about the lure of being away from home, on the road, in a foreign place where you think, air quotes, nobody knows you.
Right.
That makes people do stuff that they just normally would not do.
That's true.
And that's not even talking about you in a foreign country. See, at least back in those days, with the exception of something like FREAKNIK, which was documented, for the most part, you were away from home You do what you want to do. Again, sin is sin, disease is disease, babies is babies, and soul ties is soul ties. But when most people weren't thinking that way, they was doing what they want to do. Yeah. They in another city, another country, whatever, acting a plumb fool. And so there was a different time where usually there was no documentation of your transgressions.
That's true.
Whereas in today, these bad boys is everywhere. Yeah. There's traffic cameras. There's camera phones, security cameras everywhere. Whether you're doing a crime or you're doing something wrong or you cheating or creeping, somebody is recording you.
That's right.
And this FREAKNIK situation right here, this documentary, it got some people shook for real. So I'm reading some of the comments. It was fun. It was some of the comments was like most people was like, "LOL, this is funny," or "You got something weird about LOL." And then some of the comments, like you could tell somebody was like, "Yo." They literally is talking about the blood. If you see anybody in the comments talking about the blood, BC before Christ.
Did you see Miguel Lloyd's post?
No, I did not. What did Miguel?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Hold up, I gotta pull it up. That joke had me crying.
Hold on, while you doing? I'm gonna read Pop Earl's post, and I'm gonna read some more. Robert Earl said in Virginia the equivalent was Greek Fest. Oh my God!
Went to that too.
My Donna said I went to that too. My first weekend.
You know, Donna look familiar.
Oh wow, Pop Earl's having a full blown confession here. He said my first weekend in the Virginia National Guard, and my unit was called out. Oh Lord, the only reason I wasn't there was because I had not been issued my uniforms. Virginia State Troopers, Virginia Beach Police, and the Vang shut it down. Wow, wow. Wow. Wow.
And that's why I say there was nothing like FREAKNIK, because they didn't shut it down. They encouraged it. They let that go.
But I thought the last year, why did it stop? I thought something happened the last year or something like that.
Because the Olympics was coming.
Oh,
and so that's why they stopped it. They wanted to clean up Atlanta's reputation because the Olympics was coming.
Gotcha.
And so that's why they was like, this has got to go. And they tried to move it, I think, to Daytona or somewhere else. And that was the death. That was the death of FREAKNIK.
Yep.
I remember that now. Now that you say that. Ah, wow. Interesting. Could you imagine the political conversation they was having behind it? Like, there's no way. We're trying to get the dang on Olympics, and these collards are down here with the FREAKNIK.
Yeah, we got to get this FREAKNIK out of here. Man, you know how much money we make on FREAKNIK? No, we got to get them out of here, man. The Olympics. We got to get the Olympics now.
That FREAKNIK money ain't nothing like that Olympic money. That's one and done.
I just say that, I lived in Atlanta. I lived in Virginia Beach. And, everywhere I went, there's a party.
Like she talking about that popcorn.
There's a party. So, I'm the common denominator, When I moved out of Atlanta, it was gone. When I moved out of Virginia Beach, gone.
Everybody point their head towards Donna. Everybody point their head. Father God, we declare and decree that there's no footage of Donna J. On
no. Hey. Oh, there is no footage. There is no footage.
Donna said I was a sinner. I wasn't no fool.
Oh, man, no. You know what?
My God.
I was young and I just wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
Donna was like the parties in the Playboy Mansion. Hey, all phones in the basket. All phones in the basket. All cameras at the door.
But leave them all. Takesha Waller on Facebook said, yeah, I'm 94 and they told you all you can't do in para. So glad I didn't go. Now, what's para? Help me out, Takesha. What is para? Vashawn Graham is watching. What's up, Vashawn? How you doing, sir? Kimberly Hope is on Facebook and in Clubhouse. Okay, she said we can't hear anything on Clubhouse. What are you talking about, Kimberly? Maybe I guess we fixed it. Phyllis Corley is in the house. What's up, Phyllis?
That's my cousin.
What's
Phyllis?
Up? So now was Phyllis with you, Donna?
No.
At FREAKNIK, she wasn't. Okay. Are you protecting Phyllis? Or you like, no, she wasn't.
No, I'm not protecting because she lives in New York.
Okay.
So,
Listen, Phyllis got to stand on her own. She got to stand on her own.
Brother, I don't need nobody to protect me. Oh man. Kimberly said I went to the Players Ball. Oh.
No, now I never been to the Players Ball. I never been to the
Players Ball. Really, Kimberly? Now what year might this is the 2000s. This must have like the early 2000s.
Yeah, because they got that. They got that idea from Martin. You know they had to.
Kimberly to Madonna, you have been touched, changed, healed.
Totally freed from sin. Well, not quite. And I still got a pair of shackles. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Paul Briggs said, at this point, I got one more question. Did Donna go to Players Ball, Georgia Southern, or Players Picnic, Fort Valley State? Wow.
No, neither one.
Wow.
Neither one.
Okay. I never went to these except for Orange Crush, because that was a Savannah State originated event. But all of that, like Georgia Southern, I was in school during that time, and I was like, no, all that stuff, I ain't going down there. Now I would do homecoming. Now one thing we would do, Mike, Tomel, Mike Campbell, Tomel, myself, and it was somebody else. Fila, Vincent Jones. So it was 4 of us. Fila, Tomel, Mike Campbell.
Snitches get stitches. Ox snitching, fellas. Notice I ain't called no name. Ox in there throwing folk under the bus.
Whole names. But no, we used to do homecomings. So we would go to somebody else's homecoming and just be on campus.
Wife and they going, you used to do what? You used to do what with Akintunde?
All of these are pre-marriage years. None of us were married. And here's the thing too. We would be down there with a little bit of money. I'm talking about I'm talking about Joker got $140 between all of us.
He got about a few nickels. A few nickels to rub together.
You gotta get a hotel. You need gas, you need food, with all that. So none of us drunk. All of us. None of us drank. None of us smoked weed. So we would be down there on the budgetary trip. So,
wow.
couldn't get into no clubs. We had no club money. We
y'all the dudes sitting out in the parking lot waiting for the girl to come out. Hey girl.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, and with Hulk smash, let me tell you something. I had a couple tank tops that was never missed. I do about 128 push-ups, and we sitting right there waiting on you when you come out. And my homeboy and Mike. Hey, get this now. Mike had a 280. He had a Nissan 280.
280Z.
With the deep dish 5-star rims. That car alone, we would pull up in that car and just sit on Mike's car. And
waiting for her to come out there half compromised with the beer goggles on. He's fishing in the barrel.
Got him. But no, listen. Let me be clear. We are not glorifying sin in any way.
No.
We thank God for the blood of Jesus, which covered and protected us. Again,
if I hadn't met him on Damascus Road,
a
whole lot of folk would be in trouble.
Come on, now. Come on.
I gotta clear my thing though, because I did attend, but I didn't have sex. I smoked plenty weed and drank plenty liquor, but I did not do any sex. Let me put it that way.
She sound like Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations.
But I smoked plenty weed and I had plenty liquor. I just want to clear that up. I want to clear that up.
Donna sound like Bill Clinton. I want to make it clear.
That's right.
I did not
have sexual relations with that woman
at FREAKNIK or at the Greek Fest.
Oh my God! Donna said, I just need that to be clear. I
need that to be clear.
I listen.
You might see me in the video smoking a blunt, but
to any young person,
sorry.
To any young person who see your grandma. On that documentary.
Max and Miles.
To any young person who see your mama. Listen, let's have a moment of silence. That little boy, that young man right now who you about 27. No, I'm sorry. No, yeah, you about 27 to 32. And you might see your mama in that video passing by in a drop top with some with some shorts on or a thong. Mama, just know Mama wasn't always saved. But Mama is saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. She's on the deaconess board right now. She got a good job. She got a master's degree and working on her doctorate. She been married to your daddy for 29 years. So whatever happened at Freaknik, you can't judge your mama. And you better not throw it up in her face.
Stay at Freaknik.
Miguel, this was on Miguel's page. He said these are some conversations that will be happening. Got these pictures on here, man. These pictures are hilarious. It says,
"Oh, let me go to Miguel's page."
One caption said, "It was Freaknik. Everyone was doing it back then."
My Lord.
One caption said, "My mama wasn't a hoochie mama contest."
Hey, every time I see one of them the music videos or one of them old videos, one of them club videos, I think about, I'm like, yo, that's somebody mama right now. That's somebody grandmama right now.
They got a couple sitting in counseling with a white girl and a black dude. She said, I mean, all my friends like black guys back then. She said, besides, I didn't know. She said, I didn't.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's
hilarious. She said, I didn't know they were going to be making a documentary years later.
You know what? Here's a good warning to young people right now. This is what I always tell people. I tell this to young people anytime I talk to schools or talk in high schools or colleges. Listen, you got to understand something. Everything that you do, everything that you send somebody, there's a digital footprint of that.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you deleted it off your phone or you told him or her to delete it, that thing is stored somewhere. So you got to think about that. And you got to think about that person you sent that stuff to, they don't own that footage. They don't own that.
And this is one of the reasons why you don't give phones and social media to young people, because they don't have impulse control and their decision making is still not sound.
Just like ours was not. Just like ours decision making was
exactly.
Last question before I read my sponsorship promo. Listen, here's a question for both of y'all. Okay, Pastor Tuck, did you have freedom to go just leave, or did you have to make excuses, or did you have to lie to leave town and go to Freaknik?
Oh no, I was living there both times.
Bruh.
Okay.
Bruh, my parents hadn't gave me no money since I was 13 years old. I've been buying my own school clothes since I was 13. So when I was in college, bruh, they didn't know, they didn't halfway know what state I was in at that particular point in time.
Wow.
Well, look, this is the last one right here I wanted to read. The pastor sitting there told Sis Jones, maybe you shouldn't direct the choir this Sunday. You gotta go to this page and see the rest of them. I'm telling you, they're hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
I was so weak.
Church. Hold on, church. Before we get started with the service, we're going to bring up Sister Jones. She got something to say. I know a lot of y'all saw me.
In light of the upcoming Freaknik documentary, I think I'm going to be taking a slice of sabbatical. I think I need to sit for a time and spend some time with the Lord to repent, get my spirit right.
It's all in the blood, y'all. See, I'm gonna tell you something else too. That's why you should be honest with your children up to a point. That's why, I would tell my kids stuff. They'd be like, "Dad." I'm like, I'm just telling y'all so y'all understand. Really, Dad? I'm like, I say this is for your mama. Okay, I'm just telling you what I did. Yep. Okay. All right.
One reason why I know what fools look like is because I was one.
Let me get this phenomenal sponsorship promo in. Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 8 100,000 products. Hats, mugs, backpacks. Let me mute Donna. Backpacks, drinking glasses, lip balms, bottles, cups, chewing gum, candy, and of course, t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising institution. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com. Listen, shout out to Pelham and Brenda Myers, the founders and owners of P&B Promotionals, imprinting the best for less, y'all. P&B Promotional. All right, y'all, listen.
All right.
So this is new. Again, we're not just talking about Freaknik, just to be talking about Freaknik to the deep people. So before y'all start sending your emails, yeah, I get your emails. I get your comments. I get your direct messages. Okay, so but again, I Big Red, my homeboy Big Red, and Takesha Waller, my sister, my friend, asked me the question. Hey, you got any footage? Anything you need to be concerned about with this upcoming Freaknik documentary? And it hit me. I was like, wait a minute. I said, you know what? I'm good. But again, not being judgmental, because again, y'all, that was a wild period of time for me. I just did not do big crowds. I didn't do big crowds. So, but man, my God. Donna say, woo. Thank you. That's what the blood
get
for.
That footage.
The blood covers all. The blood covers all. Listen. Speaking of the blood, yesterday I had to mess with Pastor Tuck. I sent Pastor Tuck. I'm not going to even put the picture up. I sent Pastor Tuck that picture of LeBron James in that pink dress that's circling the internet. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see the picture of LeBron James circulating the internet in the pink dress? Now
with the pink purse.
With the pink purse at that. Right. Yeah. First of all, people who do stuff like that, let me just say up front, it was not LeBron, okay? But y'all to be shaming yourself for besmirching this man's character. This man's a family man. This man's an NBA legend. Mm-hmm. He is number 2 behind Michael Jordan as the greatest basketball player of all times, of course.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself for besmirching that man's reputation like that.
But listen, whoever put that AI, it was good too now. Because when I saw it, I ain't gonna tell you no lie.
You thought it was real.
Oh my God, I was so heated for about 42 seconds. I was I'm talking about I was stove top, piping hot mad. I said, God dog it, LeBron. Don't tell me they got you too. I was like, dang, James. I was salty. And then I looked. I said, wait a minute. Now. I said, this is a day of artificial intelligence. Mm-hmm. So then I said, oh, I got to get Pastor Tuck with this. I know he hadn't seen this. Had you, when I sent it to you, Pastor Tuck, had you had any knowledge of this picture, this photo?
I think I had seen a version of it before, and he didn't have the purse on. So that's how I know. I was like, I said, these jokes just get they just going at it now.
So this is not new.
No, somebody's been doing this this been going on for a couple weeks now.
Oh wow! I'm telling you, can't trust this. This artificial intelligence.
You can't trust it.
Let me tell you something, like full transparency. We got a lot of stuff going on right now. We actively are in development on 2 feature films. One of them is already in motion. And I'm not even talking about just with our production company, with a major agency and one of the top names in comedy currently right now. I'm not bragging, I'm just giving y'all some information. And we have another film that we are doing what's called creating a deck for. I literally went in AI and created a movie poster. I just gave them the concept of the movie. And told them what I wanted the picture to look like. And when they spit that thing out, I say, are you serious?
Wow.
Are you serious? You got to be kidding me. And Jaleel is funny. All right, Jaleel. Okay, I'm not gonna read. I got it. All right. Oh, was that me? That from the other day? Okay, so what were you telling me? Okay. Oh, I had this on camera?
Yep.
Okay, so y'all saw
That's
this?
what I was laughing about. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this. So why did you? Okay. So
How can we tell you? You were reading it now.
So y'all, if y'all on Facebook,
Can
if
you
y'all
see
on
it,
Facebook,
Pastor Tuck?
Yes.
See, I didn't even know. Okay, so listen, this show
That's
is
what I was laughing about.
This show is hilarious. Okay, so so when I was reading the promo,
That's what I was laughing about. And you said I gotta turn off my microphone or something.
Oh
but
my
that's
God.
what I was laughing
Oh
about.
my God. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Clubhouse.
I was on mute over here crying.
Clubhouse. Y'all gotta go to Facebook and see this right. Y'all gotta go to YouTube and see this right. So so since it's come up, I'll explain. And I have no shame, no embarrassment. So this is last week. Last week, I'm sitting here like I do right now, like I am right now, and I gotta use the bathroom, and so so when Jaleel went to a full screen of Pastor Tuck or Donna, I don't remember who it was, when we went to a full screen shot. Y'all don't know, Tristan is right there he's in the booth in the glass, okay? So it's either Jaleel or Tristan that's either sitting so they can see me, all right? So if I need to tell them something, hey, something going on, audio, check your shots, whatever. So I said, hey, when they went to the full screen of Pastor Tuck or Donna, I said, hey, and if you can't read it, I said, get ready to go to break. I got to pee, okay? I'm just being transparent. So Jaleel went to break, and then remember the other day when Paul was like, "Oh, so we doing commercial breaks now?" Yeah, Paul, because I had to use the bathroom, sir. Okay, so today, because it's the same copy, the copy for the P&B promotional spot does not change. So I just picked the copy up, not realizing that I had this up on screen.
On the back.
Yeah. So. Oh boy. This is live. It's live television, live streaming. So shout out to everybody on the brand new My Church channel who's watching this. What kind of show is this?
We told you you're gonna get some laughs in here today. We're gonna get some laughs in here today.
Man, that's so funny.
Yeah,
you were back here rolling.
So Jaleel walks out and he gives me the paper with another piece of paper on it. So I'm like, what is this? Why do you tell me? Mm-hmm. So that's what I do. I look
you
at
ain't
it.
held the other piece of paper
right?
So I think Jaleel got to go to the bathroom. Now. I'm like, well, in my mind, I'm like, well, just let Tristan direct while you go to the bathroom. So he's like, no.
That's you.
This you. Oh my God. You can't write this. You cannot write this. You can't write this. All right. Well,
amazing.
Speaking of which,
Jaleel,
I ain't got to put on paper right now. Get ready to go ahead and go to break, cause I got to pee. Hey family, stay right there. Don't y'all move. I'm boldly taking my bathroom break. I don't care if y'all know it. Call your mama, call your daddy, call your auntie and your uncle. Let them know when we come back. Here's the question: do you have a disaster plan if something happens? A war, a social unrest, fire, tornado, COVID-19. Do you have a disaster plan? Stay right there, family. Don't y'all move. This is the Akintunde Show.
Check out my website, JaleelMakes.com. We got logos, flyers, video editing, and other stuff too. Also, if you want to make your stream look professional, check out JaleelMakes.com. I have a brand new package for streamers from YouTube to Twitch, Facebook, and so on. If you need overlays, bumpers, intros and outros, thumbnail and logo design and banner for your Facebook page or your Twitch page, all for a reasonable amount, I assure you, at least I think is reasonable. Anywho, go to my website, JaleelMakes.com. JaleelMakes.com. If it's on that website, I can make it. So check it out. Check it out.
Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products, caps, travel mugs, drawstring bags, water bottles, stadium cups, umbrellas, tote bags, and t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising company. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com.
Imprinting the best for less.
Hello, my name is Bahia Johnson, co-founder of Laugh for Life Entertainment and wife of comedian Corey Johnson.
Stop walking in front of the prophet.
Oh, yeah.
Now I was telling you, go ahead and you could play the Laugh for Life Entertainment. Laugh for Life is coming to the brand new WF Media Studios, y'all. Comedian Corey Johnson and his wife, my lovely sister, Bahia Johnson. They're hosting a wonderful night of laughter, highlighting mental health. They're celebrating mental health and providing a night for people who may have any type of challenges or who may be suffering with depression or any other mental health issues. They're having a wonderful night of laughter here at the WF Media Studios. Log on to the website laughforlifeent.com. That's laughforlifeent.com and get more information about this wonderful event that's coming up here. If you want to get more information about having and hosting your event right here at our WF Media Studios, a lot of folks are booking events. We have a church that'll be worshiping here because they've sold their church and their campus, and they'll be hosting having their services here for the next few months. And then of course Kingdom Business Network, KBN, will be returning for a 2-night conference after the very successful launch that they hosted here a few weeks ago. Their virtual ministry event, which was very successful. Over 200 plus registrants online. Praise God for that. All right, y'all, if you want to get more information, give us a call at 1-800-280-0094. That's 1-800-280-0094 and get more information about hosting your live event or live stream event or your private event right here at WF Media Studios, located in the historic Eau Claire community in Columbia, South Carolina. 5124 Fairfield Road, Columbia, South Carolina. WF Media Studios. All right, family, let's get back into the conversation. So Donna had another great show I did. Again, thank you, Donna, for producing the show. It really has taken the show to the next level, really taking a lot of weight off of me, trying to figure out what we're going to talk about. And so it provides great context and great insight for us to have these dialogues. Donna oftentimes collaborates with Pastor Tuck and Jason and myself to come up with ideas, stuff we need to discuss. All right?
And Unissa.
Yes, and Unissa. Yeah, Unissa floods us with ideas. You need to talk about this. She be like, you need to talk about this. Sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to talk about that. She be like, you need to talk about it. But yeah, so again, this is going to be one. I think it's going to be a very helpful conversation. And let me warn Clubhouse with something right now. I see something here with my battery right now. So if Clubhouse goes down for a minute, we'll be right back on. All right, don't worry. All right. So listen. But yeah. So this is a topic I think we definitely need to get into, and that is, do you have a disaster plan? What really brought on the topic or the idea, the concept, Donna?
First of all, I was the war in Ukraine. Just thinking about, how they were evacuating people out of the country. Yeah. And, it just made me think that if something were to happen like that here in the United States, what would be some of the first things that you would pick up? Like, what do you have a disaster plan in mind? Like, for instance, my aunt, God rest her soul, she had this raincoat, and in the lining of her raincoat, she had her important papers. She had some money and other things that were important to her. She kept inside this raincoat. So when she picked up this raincoat, she had her stuff inside. Wow. And that was amazing to me that you would even think to do that. But that was her disaster plan.
Wow. So so she had like documents and important information inside of the raincoat.
She would put it inside the raincoat. Yes.
Wow. I don't have nothing like that.
That's like,
Good
I was
Lord.
like, that's on the next level, right?
That really is. That really is.
I'm like, wow.
Interesting.
But yes, we would tease her all the time. You know, she got her raincoat, especially when it, because in the South it rains, thunders, and lightning. She's one that would, turn the TV off, unplug the TV, and stop talking.
Oh yeah.
Don't say nothing. Just sit in the dark.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're supposed to sit in the dark and be scared.
That's old. That's old school right there. And you like y'all young people today, y'all have no clue about that.
No,
you had to literally like sit still.
Unplug everything and don't say a word. Just sit down.
Wow.
Don't say a word.
Wow.
I don't know if they thought the lightning was going to come through and zap you in your mouth or whatever, but like why did we have to sit down and just be quiet?
There was something about there was a myth that I think that lightning was somehow attracted to movement.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's one of them old black wise. You had to literally about there was a I'm sorry. Clubhouse Clubhouse, we coming back. Give me a hot second. We'll be back on Clubhouse in just a little bit. You had to literally about there was a I'm sorry. Clubhouse Clubhouse, we coming back. Give me okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties. But Donna, so when that led you to have the conversation.
Yes.
About, I guess, what's the strategy?
Right.
What's your plan in case something pop off?
And I wanted to know, if people had a plan, like even so far as like, if there's a flood or it's cold and your electricity goes out, do you have a secondary heat source?
Yeah.
Me, I don't. My secondary heat source is going to be sitting in my car if I have gas in it. That's going to be my secondary heat source. But, a lot of people have fireplaces.
Right.
And, but, what I just asked the family, what is your strategy? What is your disaster strategy? If something happened, what would you do? What are you going to do?
It's interesting you say that because I recognize that Clubhouse, we coming back. I see y'all. We coming back. I recognize that. Yeah, I don't have some key things. Like I realize I've never owned a generator. Never.
Me either.
I've never owned a generator, and that's not good. That is not good. I take for granted that I'm always have heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go in there and you flick on the light switch and there's no light. No light comes on because we take it for granted that it's going to come on. But once the time, because there are times like I'm from New York. So there are times especially when there's big blizzards or whatever, you might not have electricity for days.
Right.
So then what do you do? What is your secondary heat source? Or being in the South, if your air conditioner goes out and as hot as it can get down 100 degrees and whatnot.
Yeah.
What's your secondary cooling source?
Yeah.
I'm sitting in my car again with the car running. That's my secondary heating and HVAC is going to be my car.
Donna,
that's it.
Ooh, you convicting me. I have some things like, I believe in keeping some cash. You should always, I believe you should always keep some cash on you. And
most people don't anymore.
Yeah.
Most people don't. It's all electronic.
Yeah.
And speaking of cash, if something did happen, what would be like if you had to get out of your house in 5 minutes?
That's a good
10
question.
minutes,
Jesus.
What would be the three things that you would make sure that you took with you?
That's a good one.
And not another. Well, we know we're gonna try to take our loved ones with us.
Yeah.
But what else would you take? 3 things. You got 5 minutes to grab them and get out. What are you gonna take?
That's a good one.
I was just thinking.
Okay, so I know one thing I would do. I would definitely grab my phone.
Right.
I think that would be probably the first thing I would do. Is I would grab my phone, and if there's water around, and if it's flooding, or if there's a concern of such, I would grab my hard drives because I have a lot of my footage, a lot of our digital properties backed up on Dropbox and then Google what's the Google storage I utilize? I forgot the Google one I utilize. Make sure Pastor Tucker's unmuted in Ecamm, y'all, until I get Clubhouse back up. What is the Google storage?
I'm not
Tristan,
sure.
unmute Pastor Tucker in Ecamm. Okay. But whatever one is, I've got a lot of it backed up there. But I oftentimes
Google Drive.
Thank you, Pastor Tucker. Thank you. Google Drive. I got it backed up in Google Drive, and I have it backed up in Clubhouse. I'm sorry, in Dropbox. See, my mind is on Clubhouse. But there's some footage that's either on a laptop or that's on an old hard drive. And I'm talking about good footage. I tell my children, I say, your daddy got insurance, and I got some physical materials. I say, but what you really want to recognize, if something ever happened to me, which I believe I be to live to be 120. What you want to recognize is them digital properties that we own.
That's right.
You want to get your hands on that and all that footage. It's amazing how much our lives, Eunice and I, kind of haphazardly on some level, and then purposefully in some parts, our entire life is documented for the past over 20 plus years. Like I have video of all of my children, footage of all of my children, footage of various events. So there's a full. If there's ever any type of Akintunde or Eunice or Warnock documentary, we have all that footage. So that's a long answer to that question. Don, I would grab my footage.
Okay,
I gotta grab them hard drives.
So you said your phone. Would you grab cash? Is that one of yours? Phone, cash, and footage?
Phone, cash, and hard drives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pastor Tuck, what about
everything
you?
else I can replace.
Well, I guess if it all depends, I guess if you're just talking, you got 5 minutes to get out the house?
Yeah, you have time to get three things.
Other
than Pastor Stephanie, because I know she going. So other than her, what three things of yours, what would you take?
I mean, if we're talking three things and you can't come back,
you may not be able to come back.
If we talking, we think apocalyptic style, no disaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, all you can take is my wallet, car keys, and T'Challa. Because I mean, I'm gonna make sure we safe.
You're gonna have that gun.
Like I said, because I'm talking about hard drive, but if we talking apocalyptic style disaster, ain't no way to plug no hard drive in. I mean, people think about pictures and all that. We ain't sitting there looking at no photos. We talking survival at this point, and I ain't trying to pack no food. Like I said, with T'Challa, I'll take what I want if I need to.
Woo.
I mean, I ain't worried about cash. Like I said, whatever I got on me, if I got my identification, if I need to go through legal channels, and if I need not to be identified, I can handle that too.
So you say you got fake IDs? You got some fake passports, Pastor Tuck?
Hey, no, I just know how to leave that in the car. When me and T'Challa travel, I go incognito.
There you go.
Hilarious. Pastor, do me a favor. Send me a link to the Clubhouse room. For some reason, I'm having trouble finding it. If you could just share it with me so I can click back in and bring everybody back into the show that's going on. We're still on Facebook, y'all. Shout out to Facebook. Facebook is still here. YouTube is still in the house. Twitter is still in the house. We're still on streaming live in the My Church, brand new My Church app. And of course, we're on IamAkintunde.com. So You can still catch us. You can still catch us. The Clubhouse is down for the next minute or so. You're gonna get it back up. Okay, Donna, what's yours? What are your 3 things?
Well, I thought that I was hopeful that I would be dressed already. I was hopeful. So I'm going to take my purse because I know my car keys and my wallet and stuff are in there.
Okay.
So I grabbed my purse.
Okay.
And I did say like important papers or documents that I need.
Okay.
I would grab those. And see, Pastor Tuck, I would grab my pictures. I would grab some pictures, because that's for me, that's my my trail. That's my trail of who my parents are and who they were, because those pictures, some of those pictures cannot be replaced.
Yeah.
So I would grab, I have this bag full of pictures and, I would try to grab those important papers and my keys.
Would you
my purse?
Do you have all your pictures in one location?
I have some of them. I have them in a basket because I haven't hung them or put them in an album.
Okay.
But I do have like 1 or 2 albums, and so I would grab that basket. I think I have enough pictures in that basket that could get us through. But some of those are irreplaceable. We'll never have those, and they just leave a story of who your family is.
Do you have like an old school photo album?
Yes.
You do? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A couple of those.
We got a bunch of that stuff here, but like you said, you're talking about disaster level, and like you said, if it's gonna be a disaster level, like you said, we talking apocalyptic. We ain't got time to sit around looking at no pictures.
Well, yeah, but you do want to have because when we come back up online, at some point, if you survive, you're going to be back on some level of normalcy, whatever that is, even if it's drastically changed normalcy. You still want to have some of those.
I want a record of my family.
Yeah.
Hey, at that point, you better hold on to your memories, because if it come down between you trying to eat or you looking at pictures, you might die looking at them pictures.
Yeah,
interesting.
True. Man, I'm gonna grab them anyway. I'm grabbing.
I don't blame you, because I mean, I can think back now. My grandmother's photo album has pictures that only she had, and that there's really no
there's nothing else,
no copy. And what I'm hearing now is we need all of that stuff. We need to digitize all of that stuff and put it up somewhere in the cloud.
That's right.
I'm with y'all on all of that. I understand all of that, but y'all see, y'all don't understand. Y'all, I'm going with the scenario y'all presenting.
Yeah,
folks out here rioting, looting. They run up on you and try to take what you got. You can't fight them off with no photo album.
But I don't have a gun. I mean, I don't have T'Challa.
Well, first of all, we need to rectify that situation. You're a single woman out here in these streets. We gotta get you right. We got to get you right.
That's tough.
We got to get you right.
He's a huge proponent of gun ownership.
He is. I just don't have one. So that wouldn't, on this day on this day here, if something happened, I don't have that.
You at least don't have your sleep knife.
My sleep knife.
Oh my God. Drop in Facebook. Drop in the comments, Facebook, what you would take with you. What 3 things would you take with you, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this on replay? What 3 things would you take with you if you got 5 minutes to get out the door? And to your point about, let me tell you how real this is. I saw a couple of videos, particularly the California fires. The California fires. Several people talked about how the first responders knocked on the door and was like, "You got to leave right now.
Got to leave right now." Exactly.
And the guy, because one of the guys had been like, well, he wasn't going anywhere, and he had been there the whole time, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying with my house." And that man said, "You have to leave. You and your wife have to leave right now." And he said he had just enough time to grab a handful of things, which is crazy when you really think about it.
But it happens.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And see this, and this is the other thing. I know, not trying to shift the gears, but I know you're talking about what things would you grab. But you know, when you were talking about owning the generator, you were talking about, you know, all these things. And it's crazy because when hold on a second. I know a lot of people have the mindset of all these things are considered preparation.
Correct.
You know,
we're back Clubhouse. Sorry, y'all.
You say you need to be prepared. And you know, I operate on a whole different frequency than most folks, and I recognize that. But I am a very, very literal guy. I'm a very, very literal guy.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
You know, when it comes to my faith, when it comes to the scriptures, when it comes to the word, when it comes to God, I'm a very literal guy.
Okay, got it.
You know, this shirt that I have on that says "Trust God."
Trust in God.
It has a selector switch in the middle. It says "Trust God" at the top. One side says "Figure it out." The other side says "Worry about it." But the selector switch is on "Trust God."
I love that
and
shirt.
It says that's my default setting.
Are you selling those, or is that your design? I need to get that shirt right there.
Yeah, that's my design right there.
Oh yeah,
and it
Nice.
says that's my default setting.
Yeah,
I
love it. That's my default setting.
Yeah,
that's how I operate. I don't operate any other way. And you know, it's funny because you said, you know, I've never owned a generator. I should. And you know, at one point I used to think like that. Watch this.
Yeah,
it's funny because every winter the power would go out. We would be without heat. Every summer the power would go out. We would be without air conditioning. And I'd always be like, man, I need to buy a generator. I need to buy a generator. And one day God was like, for what? And I was like, because power giver. God was like, you know why? And he didn't even have to answer the question. And so what started happening, anytime I would see a storm coming, I would start praying. I'd declare, we're not losing no power here.
Yep.
And we have not lost power since. And I'm talking years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Power would go out everywhere, but it wouldn't go out here.
Yep.
The Bible says that it was dark in Egypt, but it was light in Goshen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yep. Yep.
That's how I operate. People think I'm crazy when I say stuff like that, but I'm like, dude, you don't understand. This is how I operate. And people say, well, you got to have a plan B. See, that depends on what your plan A is. My plan A is God.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need a backup plan because my plan A is God.
Yeah.
Jesus made it clear. He said in his word, John 16:33, Amplified version, he said, I told you these things so that in me you may have perfect peace.
Yeah.
In the world you will have tribulation.
Come on now.
Distress. Suffering.
Come on.
He said, but be courageous. Be confident, undaunted.
Yeah.
That word right there is one of my favorite words because in the street, we used to say, I'm unfadable.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, it should not faze you at all.
At all.
He said, be filled with joy. He said, why? He said, because I have overcome the world. My conquest is accomplished.
Yeah.
My victory is abiding. Another version says, he said, I have deprived it of its power to harm you. He said, ain't nothing in this world can do to you. And so people think I'm crazy, but I'm like, God can't lie.
Yeah.
He said, ain't nothing here that can hurt me.
Yeah.
So fear doesn't exist. I'm like, go back to the Karate Kid. Fear does not exist in this dojo. it don't live here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when people start talking about this prepping stuff and this, they've been doing this since Y2K. I mean, they've been doing it beforehand because you had bunkers back in the 60s. People literally dealt these nuclear bomb shelters in their houses.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And those shelters are still in the ground in different places because people were prepping for this doomsday stuff. And then for Y2K, people were buying all these cases of water and food, and people got stale water and food still in their basement that they bought for Y2K, and nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. And, of course, I don't remember the bunkers from the 70s and 80s. I don't remember that at all. But I do remember Y2K. people, it was like Y2K was like a real thing. A lot of folks was really thinking that, and I don't know, I don't know why everybody thought like when I think back on it, it's ridiculous because people thought like the world was going to shut down, we're going to lose power, everything's going to come to a halt, you know, generated. You don't need to generate.
From an engineering perspective, they didn't understand what was going to happen because back then they wrote code and the date was always a 2-digit year.
Got it.
And so when the year 1999 flipped to 2000, it was going to go back. And so they didn't know what was going to happen because they had not made provision, because you remember computers started in the 50s.
Yeah. Right.
So they didn't make provision past 99. They didn't think about the fact, well, when 2000 go, it's going to go back to 00 and not 2000. So they thought it's going to make all of the systems crash. Wow. So they had to go in and make provision and rewrite this code. And so they're thinking the banking system's going to crash, the travel system's going to crash. And all they had to do was go and update the code. But they had the world panicking. And you had some people's systems that had problems because they had to go in and do that. But all they had to do was go in and retrofit code. But the world was thinking the world is about to end.
Right.
Because we had this mind. I mean, Prince had this sign. I mean, this song.
2000 party over. Oops, out of time.
Out of time.
Yep.
You know, and so everybody's thinking it's over at 2000. It's like, and I didn't go buy one extra case of water. You know, Kaya was born in February 3rd, 2000.
Yeah.
And so 99, you know, I still had watch this. I didn't even get saved. I got saved January the 16th.
Wow.
2000.
Wow.
That's when I literally gave my life to Christ.
Wow.
So watch this. This is the faith of an unsaved man. I didn't go buy a case of water. Because people say, oh, well, you're a pastor, it's easy for you. I didn't have no scripture to back it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just like, dude, scared won't in me in the street.
So let me ask you this.
I didn't operate like that.
But you have your gun because you like guns, not because you have any concern.
I like guns. I just like guns. I've been shooting since, I mean, my sister's boyfriend taught me how to shoot when I was probably 14, 15 years old.
The reason why, there's two reasons why, it's three reasons why I don't have a gun. Number one, I trust God. Number two, when Eunice and I first got married, I always say, look, our relationship was too volatile. I ain't have no gun around you. Get mad, pull no gun on me. And then just in case. And then I had 5 children, and I had 3 boys, 2 of which were very inquisitive. Okay. And then we had one of the children in our church, and a friend of our family, son, killed himself by accident. 11 years old. 11 years old, shot himself, and died suddenly. And so, you know, for those reasons, I never owned a gun, and just never, felt the need to get one. And but I would always say, people like, what if somebody do this happen? What if that happen? I was like, well, somebody break in the house. I know what to do. You gonna get drugged. So, but it's just, and I think everybody has their level of trust of kind of where you place your faith, and ultimately, each man by his faith. You know what I'm saying? You got to live by your faith.
Yeah, right. and that's what, according to your faith, be it unto you. That's what the word said. Yeah. So you can't try to live like Pastor Tucker lived. Yeah. Because I think we were talking about that one day. I don't think we talked about it on the show. I might have, but I know that there was literally. I think we talking about the natural disasters on the show.
I think me and you probably had this conversation. I remember having this conversation with you offline. I think. About natural disasters or playing a strategy, a what if scenario.
Yeah, but literally a tornado came through here, and it was less than a quarter mile from the house.
Good Lord.
Tore up the street, right up the street.
Yeah, you told that part we talked about last week. You did share that last week.
Yeah. And like I said, and for me, like I said, my wife and kids came downstairs and had bunkered down, and I ain't even move out of the bed.
Yeah.
Because my mentality is this: when God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, he said, will I not tell my friend Abraham?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the Bible says he's no respecter of person. So if Abraham was his friend and God calls me his friend,
yeah,
what is he going to destroy that he ain't going to tell me?
Yeah. Those
if
truths,
something go down, God will tell me.
It will be revealed unto you. Yeah. I'm coming to your comments. I want to read a couple of your comments, and then I want to make sure, Don, I want to get some of your other categories, because I want to make sure we cover some categories of disaster. Pastor Tuck, think about if there was ever a time that you had to evacuate. We've had to evacuate about three times. I think once I remember having a wife and kids. Once I remember my mother, my grandmother in Bahia, my sister, we had to evacuate. And there's another time, I think. So maybe it was two since I was it's actually 3 times. So yeah, I'm gonna come to some of your comments. Leon said my second daughter was born in December 1999, and people were acting all scared, telling me to stock up. I only brought a few extra bottles of water for my daughter's baby formula. I just for me Y2K, I was like, look, I said, look, man. I was like, look, I just refuse to be bothered by it. I don't know. It's like a lot of stuff. I'm like, man, I ain't worried about that.
Dude, right. I didn't even run out here when people were out here hoarding toilet paper during COVID. I didn't even do that. I had people showing up, dropping off toilet paper at my house.
Wow.
Because I was like, I trust God. And I'm like, dude, we got a shower. I mean, why are people out here acting crazy? My water work.
COVID probably was the most recent large scale test of mindsets. And even when I would watch the news, I'm like, okay, I'm concerned, but never did I think. First of all, Yanissa claims she think her and I had COVID. I don't think we did. I think we did. We would know it. But I don't think we had COVID. As far as I'm concerned,
my wife says the same thing. My wife says the same thing. She said we had it before they said it was COVID.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was like, nah.
I don't believe that.
Me neither.
Yeah. I mean,
I think y'all just had a bad respiratory infection. But yeah.
Yeah. Kalia had COVID. Kalia tested positive for COVID, and she was on quarantine, and she had the regular, young person version of it. Sniffles, and it was mild. Jaleel had COVID. Jaleel's it kicked his butt, but nothing to the degree of anything that was serious. It was like, okay, he got COVID. He got something he needed to deal with, and he was on quarantine. But again, I just think the stress test for the country and for many people, family wise, for many people logistically, was like, do you have anything in place mindset wise to handle a situation that you did not plan for? And I think a lot of times today, I think we're not considering all of the different factors. So I think Donna's helping me out. I'm gonna take a note out of your mama's page, Donna, of your aunt's page. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make sure we got those documents, birth certificates. Okay. I know what my driver's license is right now. I always know my driver's license is, but I need to make sure I know where my passport is. Okay. I need to know where all 7 of the family birth certificates are. I need to be able to locate that. I need to have some type. I need to know where all our digital currency is, and we need to have some cash. Okay. But even with that, I'm not gonna get overly consumed with that. Because I think mindset and sometimes it's a fine line between preparation and fear, and we can easily veer over to the category of fear if you're not careful. So you got to settle that for yourself. Because there's a difference between faith and foolishness. You say you're in faith, no, you're really in foolishness. And then there's a difference between being prepared and being in fear. Right. Everybody got to draw them lines. Each man according to his faith. But what does that look like? What does that look like for you as an individual?
Right.
So, but Donna, go talk. Let's talk about some of these other categories of natural disasters or disaster or situations that maybe we haven't even considered. One. I want to make sure we that Trank thing. I want to make sure you give some. Make sure we got time for that. Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You talk about some different categories. Okay.
Well, like we said, war, COVID, definitely natural disasters, fire, floods, anything that could separate you from your home.
Yeah.
Either on a very temporary, on a temporary basis, or for permanently.
Right.
Would probably come under a national, come under a disaster.
To your point, I thought about, and Def Pastor Tucker, I want you to jump in here too. When the Ukraine-Russian war broke out.
Right.
I thought about the fact that you had young men and grown men, that could not leave the country.
Right.
This was take up your arms and fight. So if you were a young man, 18 or over, and if you were under 62, I think it was, everybody else had to leave the country. Men, women, and children got to leave the country. You, sir, are 24. Get an AK-47, let's get to work. You, sir, are 46. Get an AK-47, let's get this work. Could you imagine that for America? First of all, and I think I might have said this before, first of all, how many of y'all mamas would let your son, who's 22, how many of y'all would get on that train and leave the country? I know you, I'm not leaving my baby. No, your baby's a grown man.
Gotta go.
Your baby's a grown man.
So you got to go.
Oh,
you got to go. 51, you got to go.
No. No. I'm in that pocket. I think it was 60. 62. Yeah, 62. You leave the country. 62 and over. I think it was something like that.
Right. So you are 51. You would have had to fight.
I would have to fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You would have had to go. You would have to stay and fight
and get this smoke.
Get to work.
Yeah. Now,
That's crazy.
So Donna, think about this. Okay, think about Max. Okay,
right.
Advanced Max. What is he? 9 now?
He'll be 9.
Okay.
Yep. And next week. Yay,
okay. Wow.
Birthday,
all right. Happy birthday, Max. Happy early birthday, Max.
Yes, sir.
So add another 9 years on to Max. Okay. Max is 18, 19. Okay. Could you fathom having to leave your grandbaby?
No, I'm saying it. You didn't even have to finish that. No, I could not.
You, Jenna, and Miles, y'all get on the train. Y'all going to Canada. Max got to stay here with Uncle Ock.
Quan. He got to stay there with Quan.
Uncle Ock, and Pastor Tuck. We got him. No.
No.
Max like, Grandma, go on, get on the train, Grandma. We good.
Jaleel's there too. Jaleel and Kwani.
Jaleel.
They there.
They right there.
Jaleel, you got an AK.
Tristan. Yeah.
You too.
I'm like, I don't need that. I got my own.
He's not ready. Okay.
What, Tristan say he ain't staying?
He said he's 17.
No. This is a few years down the road, Tristan.
Oh, a few years down the road. Yeah, you going. Too.
I'm like, I don't need that. I got an AK and an AR, bro. We good. Go ahead. I got my own.
But they're going to march you out there. They're going to gather you up and march you out there. And let's go. Let's do some
work. And they're going to train you.
Yep.
And because truth be told, Pastor Tuck, most of the people, unlike yourself, most of the people who have those assault weapons,
they wasn't trained.
They ain't got no training.
None.
Jokers don't know what they're doing. You see these videos of these people, these guys out here shooting these guns, that gun kick back and bust them in the face. I'm like, sir.
Oh, wow.
Why are you holding a gun with that much coil, with that much kickback like that? You should know better than that. Doggone gun. He holding a gun like this right here. Gun to kick and bust him in the face. I'm like, some of the videos are hilarious, dangerous, but hilarious. But my point is though, I don't think America has any idea, concept, any reference point of what that even means to have something like that happen in your country. No. Guess what? And it ain't as far-fetched as you believe. I believe the prayers of the righteous availeth much. And the reason why we haven't had that type of situation is because of those prayers. But it ain't that far-fetched. If you pay attention to the way that Russia's acting right now and the way China's acting right now, China and Russia is on some real aggressive type stuff. Okay, so I just believe that it is because of those prayers. But I mean, most Americans have no clue. They have no reference. They have no idea. They can't fathom the thought of that this our internet not working.
Right.
You having no power. Okay. You know, martial law. Food is scarce. You got to eat what you kill. Okay. Somebody coming to take your livelihood. Somebody coming to take your life, and you got to fight. Yeah, all these little purge movies. Yeah.
I just see all these entitled children.
Oh,
I don't want to go to war. I'm too tired. Why do we have to do it?
I got asthma. I can't fight.
It.
Man, if you don't get your behind up,
my feet hurt. My show is on. I can't leave now.
Look,
Real Housewives is on.
Ashley Bailey said, all y'all men about to be drafted into the war, whether you identify as a man or not.
That's a whole nother story.
That's a whole other story right there.
Like, you know,
yeah.
I don't identify as a man.
I don't care what you identify as, sir. But you gonna fight. You gonna fight. You gonna fight with or without that skirt on. But you gonna get this. You about to get this smoke, sir. Come on, sir. Raise your right hand.
Wow.
Take them eyelashes off your face and about to fight. We ain't got time for this.
Yep, you going. You are going.
Demond Cherry said, if it gets spicy.
Demond Cherry.
Indeed, Negro said, I got a big straw that has a filter in it. You out in any puddle, well, or water source that is infected, it will be clean water that comes through the straw, brought in an Amazon bin for $1. No, Demond.
Oh,
Demond.
wow.
Demond, let me tell you something. You about to catch every disease, E. coli. You about to have Ebola, E. coli. That straw ain't doing nothing.
I want my $1 back.
Take that back to the stove. So you know, a lot of times we see these movies, particularly these zombie movies. I'm just quite frankly, I'm really sick of them. I'm like, how y'all even pitching this? When you go into these pitch meetings for these networks and these streaming platforms and these studios and these TV networks, how y'all even pitching another zombie movie? Okay, the last one I saw, it looks kind of interesting. Jaleel, what's the name of the show on HBO that has like an apocalyptic? And I will say, again, nothing scares me or moves me about any movie. The last movie that even gave me any pause was The Sixth Sense.
Wow.
The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense, like, I was like, yo. I was like, that's good. They got me, right? But I will say this new show on HBO Max about the somebody dropping. It's like some The Last of Us. Thank you, Ashley Bailey. Thank you. Those creatures. Have you seen that show, Pastor Tuck?
I don't watch any of that stuff. I don't traffic in fear.
Okay. Well, those I don't know whether those are aliens or somebody got some type of viral or whatever. Again, I don't watch it, so I was like, yo, I said, now that's a good creature design right there. Okay, but there's this new drug that people are doing that's right now. It's up in the Northeast. It's like in the Midwest, Pennsylvania, Michigan, I believe, and it's called Tranq, TRANQ, and it's short for tranquilizer. So what these people are doing now is they're mixing what's not meth, fentanyl, which is already horrible on 10. They're mixing.
Fentanyl will kill you if you touch it.
Like a speck of fentanyl can kill you, right?
Wow.
You can overdose like that.
So, but now what they're doing, Pastor Tuck, is they're taking fentanyl and mixing it with animal tranquilizers.
Xylazine,
ketamine,
something like that. Xylazine.
What is it called?
Xylazine. I think that's what it's called.
Okay. So, and it puts you in this zombie-like state. So there's footage of people just leaned over for hours, and when they come off, when they wake up, they want more of it. Now, here's a side effect. Here's my thing, y'all. Here's my thing. if the side effect is this strong, why take this? The side effect is people are losing limbs.
Yes.
First. You gotta go even further than that. You talking about if the side effect is that strong. What possesses you to go out here and take stuff just because somebody said, "Ooh, man"? I mean, that's the thing. Exactly.
That trank is that fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that gets me. I have never been able to understand that mentality in all my life.
But see, Pastor,
you going out here and just taking straight up poison. We ain't just talking something. I mean, alcohol bad enough, weed bad enough, but you just talking. Let's go take some ammonia and some. Let's go snort some cleaning supplies. I mean, what?
Who is the first person to do it?
What is it?
Yes.
You know that new thing. You know that new thing. They drinking that bleach.
For real?
That bleach.
Who is the first person to try that? Yes. And then tell somebody.
It's just like lean. Who
do
said
it?
Let's take some cough syrup and some Sprite and stuff, and let's mix it up and let's drink that.
Right.
Who is coming up with this stuff?
But see, it's gateways, right? So you start out with some weed, okay? But not all the weed people don't get mad at me. But you start with some weed, then you graduate. You graduate with cocaine. Okay, and then you graduate again. You graduate to crack, and maybe you don't go to crack route. Maybe you go to heroin route. Okay, heroin. The extension of heroin is fentanyl. The extension of fentanyl is trank. So see, so what's happening is you done got high, and you done built up such a tolerance for all these other levels. Some people, weed is enough. Some people can never get past weed. See, but you just progress. And see, for me, my thing was always there was not just things I wasn't gonna do. It's things I couldn't even be around. My rule was always, whenever I was in LA, my rule was if anybody pull out any cocaine, that's when I leave. Like if I'm like, whoa, somebody like, yo, somebody was snorting cocaine, bro. First of all, I can't go to jail. That's just my rule. I can't go to jail. I can't do prison. Not taking showers with no men.
You can't go back to jail. Let's be clear.
No. Well, to be clear.
Let's be clear.
That was petty. Now, to be clear, I can't go to prison. I can't, because I've been to jail. Okay, I've been to jail twice. Okay, I can't go to prison. I can't go to prison. Okay, that's my thing. I can't go to prison. So, but then it was like, man, I saw crack. I saw what crack did to my neighborhood. I saw what crack did to people around me.
Yeah.
I saw what crack made grown men do. Whatever that is. Hey.
Man, what that?
Oh no. It's like.
And a stepping stone. I understand that, but it's like almost like this trank thing. You'll see young people hearing about it. They're like, "Ooh, I got to try that." How do you just try? What's on your mind that says I want to try the most deadly, crazy sounding thing out here? It's like, they jumping off buildings, yo. For real, I gotta try that.
Yeah.
How much pain are you in?
Yeah, that's the question.
How bored are you?
Yeah.
How bored are you? Because that's what a whole lot of this stuff come from.
Boredom.
Gosh.
Mm-hmm.
It's like clean your room. Do some homework.
My thing is
get you a job.
Once you hear that somebody lost their leg, what else we got to talk about?
Yo, they lost their leg. Yo, that stuff must be powerful.
Let's do it.
I want to try that.
I'm gonna lose my leg.
Wow.
For real?
That's crazy.
Because they don't believe it could happen to them.
Utterly ridiculous. Oh boy, y'all, we gotta get up out of here. Listen, y'all, take away from this conversation that you need to have some type of disaster, some type of tornado, hurricane, earthquake, fire, COVID, war. You should at least be considering this. And here's the whole thing. This is me now. Again, be ye according to his faith. Okay. I firmly believe that whatever happens, I'm gonna be good. I roll Psalms 98. It don't matter what happened to the left of me, what happened to the right of me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I am good. As for me and my house, we're gonna serve the Lord. We operate in faith. We're gonna see the goodness of God in all areas of our lives, right? But whatever your faith is, and faith doesn't mean that you're not in faith if you have a plan or if you have a backup. Just like insurance. You got life insurance. That don't mean you're planning on dying, but you got the insurance. So I think it's incumbent upon us to consider the different things that happen in the world today and make provision and consider what you need in the case that something unplanned happens. Again, COVID caught all of us off guard. Nobody saw COVID coming. Even though we watched the news story. I'm like, we ain't gonna get that bad. Oh, they'll catch it. Like, no, we lose people, 100,000 people a day dying. What the heck is going on? What's really going on? I'm saying, y'all, these are things to be considered. Final thoughts on the subject before we do the Kingdom Business shout out, because I'm gonna squeeze that in real quick. And we got to get up out of here. Final thoughts, Donna, great topic again. And final thoughts, Donna, Pastor Tuck.
I just think that, you have to be prepared. And I immediately thought of like Joseph. And when he told them to prepare, you're going to have 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine. Yeah. If he didn't tell them to prepare and get things ready for those 7 years of famine, everybody could have perished. Yeah. So I do believe that you have to prepare for things that could potentially happen. I'm not saying you have to go overboard, buy up all the milk in the store. Oh my God. All the toilet paper. You don't have to buy it all, but do have some kind of plan that if something were to happen, where you would go, where you would meet up at. That's a good one. There was if there was a disaster, where you all would meet up at, so you know that everybody's safe. Right. So I do think you should be prepared. Yeah, right.
Pastor Tuck.
Well, Donna led right into it when she talked about Joseph. The first step in preparation is developing a relationship where you can hear from God. Amen. Because the Bible says a good man's steps are ordered by the Lord. God will tell you exactly what you need to do. Yeah. COVID, natural disaster, nothing else will catch you off guard. That's good. If you're hearing from God. Because when the pandemic happened, it didn't catch me off guard because I had been doing everything God told me to do, and I was positioned for COVID when it happened, even though I didn't know COVID was happening. Because God knew it was happening. Yeah. And so if you're listening to God, he'll have you in position. He will have already told you the things you need to do. And that's our problem. We're not listening to God because God will have already told you, get some insurance. God would have told you, but we go out here and we're trying to do what everybody else is doing. We buying water, we buying milk, we buying whatever, and we wasting resources and wasting our effort because we're following the crowd instead of following the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
That is so good right there. A lot of folks, brought up all the doggone milk. I think one of the storms that either the 2022 storms or 2021 storms, it was the threat of a storm, and folks went to the doggone store and brought everything. I'm talking about, I went to Walmart. I said, this don't make no doggone sense. Now y'all done brought up all this stuff right here, and literally nothing happened.
And it wasn't until a few years ago that I even figured out why people would always buy milk and bread.
I'm like, why milk?
I was like. Everything else is in the store. Why do they only buy milk and bread? Because when the power go out, you can still eat cereal and make sandwiches. But I was always like, why is only milk and bread gone?
Interesting. Wow. Well, listen. Here's the thing about milk. Milk still go bad though. Milk spoiled. You drink that.
You can sit it outside though. That's the mentality.
That is true. Fun passing fact: when I was in Alaska, Alaskans, they put their milk and their meat on the back porch instead of the refrigerator. Yeah. Hey family.
Cold enough.
It's cold enough. It's time for your Kingdom Business shout out of the day. Go ahead, Donna.
Get it.
I gotta wait till it's
You ain't waiting. Go
Cricket
get
letter,
yours.
cricket letter. Cricket letter, cricket letter. Yes. Cricket letter, cricket letter. Let's go. Cricket letter, cricket letter. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Today's Kingdom Business shout out goes to Tanisha Franchon. It's Franchon SC 8th. Oh Lord, I messed that up. FANCHONSCAIFE. She is a STR operator. DM me to book a beautiful 2-bedroom condo for your family vacations, professional assignments, or even just a getaway with your bestie. Model, brand ambassador, and content creator. Creative single mom of creative college daughter. All right. Inspirational model and speaker. And she's a narcolepsy advocate. All right. I had narcolepsy. Wow. Our Kingdom Business shout out of the day. I hear you, sis.
Yes. Cricket letter.
Denise, you gotta share like what does it mean to be a narcolepsy advocate? Yeah. I told you I had narcolepsy when I was in high school, and didn't know it until I was diagnosed. Until I hit a tree and was diagnosed.
Wow.
And, Yep. All right, y'all. We got to get up out of here.
We're here.
We made it through the show.
Made it.
And
He got a pee.
I got to read a copy. Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products. I need to get this piece of paper turned to a t-shirt. Hats, mugs, backpacks, bottles, cups, drinking glasses, lip balm, chewing gum, candy, and of course, t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising institution. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com. Imprinting the best for less. P&B Promotionals, y'all. Listen, y'all, I need y'all to go onto your Roku app. Go onto your Apple TV app. Go onto your Amazon Fire TV app and download the My Church app. It is Pastor Tuck. Tell them, give it. So you gotta. It's the My Church on the Go app, because there's another My Church app that ain't doing nothing. That's on Roku. And
download the My Church channel on Roku, Fire Stick, and Apple TV.
Okay.
And on your mobile device, download the My Church on the Go app.
So that channel, there is a My Church that actually I saw on Roku. Like it was something else. It's another variation in the title. But the key is to make sure you look for it.
It's My Church channel on Roku, Fire Stick, and Apple TV, and My Church on the Go on your mobile device.
All right, y'all. I need y'all to go and check it out. Go and download the channel. And again, you can watch the Akintunde Show there. You can watch it live there. You can also look at and watch archive episodes of The Man Cave. You can watch archive episodes of Women of Worth. You can also watch The Word at My Church and the upcoming series, The Heart of the Pastor, hosted by Pastor Lewis Tucker. That's coming up in May. So be on the lookout for that. But phenomenal, excellent presentation. A wonderful product. I'm super excited about it. The brand new My Church channel. And make sure y'all go over and get that today. Right. Go on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and download the My Church channel app and add it to your favorites. Put it up top in your favorites, so whenever you log on to your Roku or Apple TV or Amazon Fire TV, you will see it. Give them the website too, Pastor Tuck.
MyChurchChannel.org.
There it is, y'all. All right, family. We love y'all. We got to get up out of here. It's 11:54 a.m. It's Tuesday, April the 11th. We're broadcasting live on Clubhouse, on the brand new My Church channel, on Facebook, on YouTube, on IamAkintunde.com, on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV. And listen, could be coming someplace to you new very soon. A lot of conversations, a lot of agreements are being put in place as we speak. So y'all pray for the Akintunde Show that we continue to grow and continue to reach more people with our own brand of inspiration as well as comedy. And listen, while we having a good time, you also be inspired. And you never know, you never forget. You will always remember that we believe and trust God. We love Jesus. This is Team Jesus over here all day, baby.
All right.
You ain't never got to worry about
default
that.
setting.
Oh, we ain't praying to no ancestors. We ain't burning no sage. We ain't doing none of that right here. This is all Jesus all day.
We trust God. That's our default setting, baby.
I love it.
All right.
I love it, y'all. I gotta get me one of those shirts, Pastor
I want
Tucker.
one of those.
There it
Yes,
is.
sir. Got you covered.
All right. Listen, y'all. We'll be right back here Thursday. So Thursday, here's the topic for Thursday, y'all. I want to talk about this collision between in relationships. We had an interesting collision, and this brother, he said what I've been saying, but he literally said it so good. I was like, he really streamlined that whole conversation, and he's talking about the fact that we in relationships today. Again, you talk to somebody who's been married, who with my wife for 30 years, been married for 27 years. So I don't so much know all the full details, but I know what I see. I know what my friends tell me, and I also know some of the nuances that I remember from Eunice and I's relationship, even early on. You have you. This is a generation where a lot of young men were taught and trained by their mothers to treat women with respect, right? Simultaneously, at the same time, those same moms was raising their daughters to never depend on the man. This young brother said it. I was like, yo, I was like, sir, that is spot on what you just said. So these young brothers who feel like, yo, I'm supposed to be taking care of my wife and taking care of my woman and doing this and doing that. And then the women that these brothers are, some of them are meeting, are like, yeah, I don't need you. I don't want you. And if I do, I want a very specific version of you. So what's happening now is you have a huge percentage of women focusing on a very small percentage of the overall male population. So they're looking at height, finances, looks, abs, and all these other things that are in many ways superficial. They have nothing to do with long-standing relationships. And when you factor in this thought right here, the average man in America is 5'8", 5'9". So where all these 6 foot tall brothers with all these abs and chisels, cheekbones and beards, where all these dudes at? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's going to be an interesting conversation because that is not the take of your nieces.
Okay, interesting. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Let's have this conversation.
Yeah, that's going to be a very interesting conversation.
Yes, sir.
They have a very different take.
Okay. Let's get into it. That's this Thursday, y'all. The collision between culture, relationships, and some of these dynamics that have now seeped into the conversation, until the culture, into relationships, into marriages and whatever. Let's get into it, family. All right, y'all, listen. We had a ball with y'all. We are totally out of town. We got to get out of here right now. We got to shut this room down because there's another show coming right up behind us on the Kingdom Business Network, and I got to get in there and finish up some serious tasks. All right, fam, we love y'all. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. We don't take it lightly that you decided to spend some of your time with us. Listen, right back here this Thursday, 10 o'clock a.m. Clubhouse, My Church app, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I am Akintunde.com. This is the Akintunde Show. Until then, we going to see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Love you, family.
Peace.
Stop walking in front of the prophet.
Oh, yeah.